Hi there, it's Kevin with Gone Rogue Games, here with another product opening. This time we're going to open up an entire case of Modern Horizons for Unlucky Magician. I guess Unlucky Magician wants me to open it for him because he's an unlucky magician, but joke's on him. I'm pretty unlucky when it comes to opening booster packs. You want Zach to open these, not me. So we're just going to crack this case open and start with all the boxes. And let's go through this pretty quickly, see if we can pull some neat cards out of Modern Horizons. Modern Horizons is by far the product that I have sold the most of in the history of the Patreon. We go through tens of thousands of Modern Horizons, and so if you are interested in becoming a patron, you can get in on these booster boxes for $163 a piece, and they end up being, I don't know, the more you buy, the cheaper it gets on shipping, but they are kind of awkward, so they don't fit in flat rates. So keep that in mind, that shipping tends to be a little more pricey than regular booster boxes. But this has been a hot product for my patrons. I don't know how the rest of the MTG universe has been handling Modern Horizons, because it seems to be that we've had this pretty good price for quite some time. I thought that by now Modern Horizons would be increasing in price and decreasing in stock, but I guess the supply of this is just huge, so I've been going through it like crazy. We'll start with box number one, and we'll go through this pretty quickly. I'll just go to the neater stuff, and then we'll speed things up with just going to the rares. So these boxes also come in two different varieties. One is where the rares are up front, and another one is where they're at the back. And this just shows to me that they use both the printers. So they use the Japanese printer as well as the American printer for these Modern Horizons, and that's usually how you can tell. So we'll start with box number one, see what we can pull from this, and again, we'll just go kind of quick here. So I'll zoom in here when we get to the cards. Modern Horizons, so that's another reason I can't stand these boxes. They have a bunch of just dead weight for shipping. If they just did the regular boxes, it'd be a lot cheaper. All right, so here we go. Box number one for the Unlucky Magician, trying to get off some of my luck. All right, so I'm just gonna throw the cards here, and then we'll zoom in here. And so this is going to be, this is going to be a box from the alternate printer. So I'm just going to zoom this in if I can remember how to run the camera here, and then get it nice and focused, and we'll get to cracking. So first pack we have, off the bat, we have a foil Ruination Rider and the Echo Vion. So get a mythic right off the bat. Not a bad mythic, not the priciest mythic, but still a pretty good mythic. And then we got the Arkham's Astrolabe. Those are the commons we're looking for. They're worth like $1 a piece. I don't think any of their commons in the set are worth too much, but I mean, this is always a good one with the Arkham's Astrolabe for having a common worth money. So let's go on to the next pack. And we have the Collector's Oath. So this sees a lot of sideboard play. Pretty good rare. Not quite sure what the prices are for these cards. So, and another Arkham's Astrolabe. So these packs are hitting the Astrolabes. There's one time I opened up an entire box for Astrolabes, only got a couple of them. So 2 right off the bat is good. Start for the box. Pack number 3. So we have a Sisei Weatherlight Captain, so kind of our first bulky card. So, yeah, get that out of the way for the bulk cards. And no Astrolabe in this particular one. All right, next pack. We have the Spiteful Sliver. So slivers actually sell pretty good. This is a pretty good rare. Should go up over time. And nothing really out of the uncommons. I can't remember if Modern Horizons has very many uncommons are worth a lot. I don't think it is. I think they've all come down to earth. So it's not really adding a lot to the value of the box for the uncommons. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section below, but I really think that's the case. All right, we have the Prismatic Vista. So there's the best rare to pull out of the set. So good one here for the Prismatic Vista. And again, we'll skip through the uncommons because no one wants to see the uncommon or the commons. The next one, we have the Merit Lage foil token. So that's kind of neat for the foil token for the Merit Lage. And then the Hogak. We got our first band card out of the packs. I think this is the only band card, right? Faithless Looting wasn't in this? No, because there's no reprints. All right, so the Hogak Arisen Necropolis became too much in Modern to handle with. They actually had to ban this card. So they actually started off first banning British from below, thinking that was a problem, and they ended up having to just ban Hogak. So there we have it with the Hogak ban card. So getting that out of the way, I don't think it holds any price value at the moment. I have seen some Legacy decks actually run it though, so maybe it can hold the value long term. Next up, we have the Morph and the Boundless. This did hold some pretty good value early on, but it's dropped in value for sure. Still a very good commander card. There's still a lot of demand for it. Get on to the next one. So a foil Spell Snuff. Haven't seen this one see play, which is counterspell for 3 mana, and then you draw a card if you have 5 or less life. Not that great of a card. And the Mirrodin Besiege. This is actually a spec target for. I've been specing into a lot of these because of just how much it does see play in Commander. So this occasionally does see some modern sideboards. I've seen it in like one of the main for some of the artifact-based decks. All right, we have the Bizarre Trade Mage. Another bulky card. So again, the break-even point for these type of boxes is about 163 for the patron price, and you got to factor in sort of the shipping fees on top of that. But so far, this box has been pretty good. Cave of Temptation foil and the Fallen Shinobi, another very good commander card. I always want to see this be played in Modern. I think it's just about there. I did see one deck list that runs it with some ninjutsu shenanigans, but it's kind of hard to make it work in Modern. How degenerate Modern's become. All right, next up we have the Cordial Vampire. Cordial Vampire is not another decent card with whenever another creature dies, put a +1 counter on each vampire you control. So again, I have seen a deck in Modern play this card before in a vampire aggro-based deck, and it's very, very popular in Commander. So that's kind of like why I love Modern Horizons. It's got probably the most cards out of any set that actually see play in Modern, and it has a ton of cards that actually see play in Commander, so it's really the perfect set. All brand new cards are reprint from Legacy, so you don't get a lot of dead weight in the form of reprints. So we have the Scrapyard Recombiner. Don't think that one's worth too much. But again, it's a fairly fun little card with more constructs that are printed as time goes on. Winds of Abandon. I have seen decks with this in Modern. Again, a very good brew around card for sure. And even those two are Modern playable cards with the Carrion Feeder and the Soul Herder. We have the Foil Elemental token and the Force of Virtue. Force of Virtue I have played in Soul Sisters and actually do like it in Soul Sisters. I think it's a pretty good card for Soul Sisters if you go the Squadron Hawk and the Ranger Vios type route. You have a lot of fodder to just throw the Force of Virtue and get a pump, basically a pump anthem for nothing. The Astral Drift. People tried to make this card work in Modern, however, I haven't seen many decks with it. Foil Goblin token. And there's our first land. So this is what we're looking for out of Modern Horizons to really hold the value, is these lands. So pay 1 life and add a white or a black, but you can pay 1 and sacrifice it to draw a card. Commander players love it. Modern players love it. So they are, again, the perfect card. I think that these will hold value long term. So again, the whole question is of how much supply of Modern Horizons is out there to see where these silent clearing type cards, these lands will be able to hold long term. So Aldemiller's Call, another very, very popular commander card, and does see play in many combo decks in Modern at the moment. Next up, we have the Marasa Behemoth for the foil. And Ailua's Influence. This card actually did start to go up in value for a while there when the Bear Token Tribal got popular. However, it's come back down to, I believe, around bulk price. This pack does not want to crack. Maybe it means it's got a awesome card in it. It does not, however. Has just the Cabal Therapist, a very disappointment of the card. This is the card that they used to preview the set, and that's why we thought it was going to be a terrible set, due to them thinking this is one of the top cards out of it. Pretty bulky at this point. Foil Soldier token with the Genesis, very popular card in Legacy for a long time. Very popular card in Commander. Good old Goblin Matron, too. Love that card. And Papa. Alrighty, we got the On Thin Ice, which is seeing a lot more play now, and people are actually picking up some Snowlands and using it as like an alternative path to exile. Doesn't give your opponents lands to ramp up. We have the Snow-Covered Swamp, the Sword of Truth and Justice, or other mythic. Pretty neat little card with protection from white and blue and be able to proliferate. I think Commander is where this card is actually shining a lot. Not seeing any play right now in Modern, even with really Stoneforge Mystic. Haven't really seen that in the list. People have not included it in the Stoneforge decks. Kaya's Guile, another card that does see a lot of play in Modern at the moment, with the choosing 2 of opponent sacrifice a creature, exiling cards from graveyards, creating 1/1 white and black spirit creature token, and gaining 4 life. So pretty good. Entwine gets all of them if you can cast it with Entwine. Shapeshifter foil token. And a Reckless Charge foil with the Altar of Dementia. This card did have Spike Up for a while in Modern, but with that Bridge from Below being banned and then Hogak being banned, it does not see play anymore in Modern, as far as I know. However, this is a very, very heavily played Commander card. Next up, we have the Illusion token of foil. And the Ice Fang Codal, this sees a lot of play in like the Niv Mizzet 5-color deck. Also sees a lot of play in any of the kind of Bant, like Sultai or Bant value-based decks that are going around right now in Modern. So this is definitely a great card long term. We have the Mist Syndicate Naga. Had a lot of fun in Sealed or in Draft with this card. With the Ninjutsu. Ninjutsu, I think, is a very, very flavorful mechanic. So I was glad that when they included it in the Modern Horizons. This is a pretty fun draft environment, too. I had a lot of fun with Modern Horizons. Alright, we have the Force of Negation. One of the better rares again to pull. So Force of Negation, great card. Sees a ton of play in Modern. Next up, we have the Aria of Flame. This does see a lot of play in various burn type strategies or Phoenix-based strategies. Phoenix is actually getting a comeback now in Modern. They decided they don't need Faithless Looting as much as they thought. So we'll have to take a look at that card to see how it pans out long term. And next up we have the Deep Forest Hermit with a Vanishing 3 and create some squirrels. Who doesn't like some squirrels? And the Generous Gift also here with the White's Beast within. Foil Elephant token. And a foil Ice Fang Codal. That one's good. And a Fiery Islet. This is a very, very good pack here with the foil Codal and the Fiery Islet. So the best of one of the better foil rares to get and one of the better lands to get. And even a Talisman and a Carrion Feeder. Both of those are actually hold some nice little value there. Again, most of the uncommons have gone down to that bulk range just because of how much Modern Horizons has been opened. But so far, this has been a pretty good box. So, guess there is some luck to be had. Unlucky Magician. Reap the Pass. Not kind of a bulky card, but still fun. Still a good Commander card. And more Astrolabes. Lots of Astrolabes in this box. Alright, next up we have the Archmage's Charm. Seeing this as one ofs in many Modern decks, with be able to choose one again and then draw 2 cards, gain control of a non-land permanent, convert back cost or less, or counter a spell. I always keep forgetting that Wall of Blossoms is in Modern now. This was a card that I wanted in Modern for quite some time, and just, you know, haven't brewed much in Modern, but pretty decent card for a 0-4 and draw card. All right, so we have the Ayula, Queen Among Bears for the rare, and a couple packs to go. And we have the Seasoned Pyromancer. That's another awesome mythic. Goes in tons of decks in Modern. Then we have the Hall of Helo Generosity, one of the most played cards from the set in Commander. So it's got that going for it. And last but not least, we have a foil Tempered Sliver, as well as a Dead of Winter. So kind of a decent little card if you do go the snow permanents, which I have seen some decks go before, for the Dead of Winter. Alrighty, let's just do a little fan through for this particular booster box, and then we will do one more, and then I'll move on to, we'll open this like a half case, and we'll do the other half case on a different video. So the first box out of the half case here, let's go over the highlights. We got the mythics. We have the Seasoned Pyromancer. We got a foil of the Tempered Sliver. We have the Fire Islet, which is definitely a chase rare. A foil Icefang Codal. We have a Force of Negation, which is a great rare. Another Icefang Codal. The Sword of Truth and Justice. Let's see, we have the Silent Clearing and the Eldamari's Call. I'm just trying to get the money cards out of here by memory. And we got the another Morphon the Boundless, Prismatic Vista, and the Echo of Eon. So this one yielded 4 mythics here. With the Echo, the Morphin, the Sword of Truth and Justice, and Seasoned Pyromaster. Only 2 lands. I think that's what they average, though, as well as the Prismatic Vista. So you can count, you got the 3 lands, and these are all good ones. They all see a ton of play. And then as well as some great little Modern playables, the Force of Negation, Icefang Codal, and Eldamari's Call. So I'm assuming this box was a winner. It's going to be pretty close to that price, especially when you add up all the Arkham Astrolabs and all the other cards that do hold some sort of value. Again, just showing the highlights here. So there is box number 1. Let's get on to the box number 2. Crack this sucker open and see if this one can hold more than the 3 lands. Get rid of this garbage here. And again, we will go quick here with the packs. And we'll talk less on this one as we do need to get through this video before it's 9 hours long. We have the Merit Lodge's Slumber. So kind of a womp womp for our first rare. Next up, we have the Scrapyard Recombiner as a foil, so pretty good there. And the Plague Engineer. Plague Engineer goes in a ton of sideboards. Next up, we have Lightning Skelemental. Lightning Skelemental is definitely a card that I've tried to brew a lot with. Faithless Looting banning really hurt that deck, though. You have to kind of go more of a collected company-based value strategy around the old school to try to throw a bunch in the graveyard. Still neat little card. Foil Elemental Token. And a foil Knight of Benalia. And another Scrapyard Recombiner. Next up, we have the Ranger Captain of Eos. This one's a great Soul Sister edition. It sees a lot of play in the various Modern decks at the moment, even in humans from time to time. So there's our first mythic, was the Ranger Captain of Eos out of box number 2. Yep, there's the Unsettled Mariner, another human sideboard card, because the Shapeshifter is a human. Actually, no, this is in the main now, the Unsettled Mariner. Yep, the Changeling kind of hate bears type card. So far rares are pretty okay. The Mythic is alright. No lands. Foils haven't been too hot. So foil Goblin token. And we have another Eldamari's Call. Next up we have the Force of Virtue. Yeah, this box so far, not doing it for us. Means it's going to have a foil Prismatic Vista in here. What's the most expensive card now? What? Foil? I don't even know. Maybe foil Urza still? Thought it got surpassed by... Oh, Wrenn and 6 is what we're looking for. Wrenn and 6 is the expensive card. So Force of Despair, another bulky card. And we have another Ayula's Influence. So far, pretty bad as far as value is concerned. Foil Construct token. We have the Yawgmoth, Thran's Physician, the second Mythic. Not a bad card, not a bad card whatsoever. Very popular in Commander. As I'm getting buried in packs over here, got to call the maid Zach over. Can you appreciate that comment? Zach's gonna have to do the other half of this box.
Are you going insane?
I'm going insane already. See, as a store, we used to, Zach used to love to open up crack. So we still love to open up crack. But we used to love to open up packs. But as time goes on, it's like, it loses luster. I mean, when you're a store, especially sorting. When you have to see these piles, I'm like, I gotta sort this crap. Yeah. But it's still kind of fun nonetheless to see Modern Horizons. We'll get Zach's perspective on things here. And we have a Igneous Elemental foil, pretty bad, and then a Planebound Accomplice. This box is awful. We got the awful box here. I mean, we're almost halfway through this box, but the foil bear token, I don't know if that one holds any value or not. Tectonic Reformation, another definitely not a card that you want to write home to mom about. Kind of cool though. I don't know. I'm sure it sees a lot of Commander play.
Why don't you email mom?
Email mom? Is that quicker? Wow, Zach's wow. I'm trying to throw this Fallen Shinobi in the bulk token pile here, but we got the Fallen Shinobi in a scale up. So we've seen the Fallen Shinobi out of the other box. And then we have a lot of foil tokens in this box. There's a lack of them in the first one. There's our first land, the Waterlogged Grove. Waterlogged Grove. So hitting the first land in halfway through the box. We have one more pack in the halfway mark. And then we have a Future Sight. Future Sight. That was a reprint. Cool Commander card for sure. Sees a ton of Commander play with the Future Sight. Many blue decks run it. Okay, next up we have the Crashing Footfalls. There is a deck with Crashing Footfalls for sure. With the suspend 4 for green and then create 2 rhinos once the suspend comes out. So they don't have haste though. So suspend for just regular creatures have haste when they come in, but suspend for tokens don't if it's just creating 2 tokens. I don't think so either. I don't know. Yeah. Just realized that with the crashing footballs. Footfalls. I want to say crashing footballs. Wrong genre we're in here. The Winds of Abandon. Saw this one in the last box. Alright, we're halfway through this box. And we have, starting off the halfway point, a foil elephant token. And a foil Frostwall. Man, the foils out of this box have been terrible too. An Altar of Dementia. This is not the box. Not the box. Next up, we have the Goblin Engineer. At least this one does see play in Urza. Pretty good card. Sees a lot of play in Commander too. So that's a good rare. Good hit right there. Get the Goblin token. And the Cloud Shredder Sliver. I think these will age well, but for right now, there's just not a lot of value in the slivers out of the set. They'll age well, though. Those are the type of cards I like to get in on. Sisay, Weatherlight Captain. This is another one that we've already seen. So we're getting all like the bad pulls from box number 1, but not really the good pulls that we saw. 2 mythics in this one. Neither one of the mythics are like the chase mythics. Still haven't hit a Ren in 6. Foil zombie token. And we have the Miss Syndic Naga. Yeah, these are all similar rares in this box. Came out of the same half case too. That's how they come in Modern Horizons. They come in a 6 case, but then 3 in a box. So we have the Deep Force Hermit. Yeah, same thing. So was it the same order? So I'm gonna have to go back in the video and see if we're getting these in the exact same order as before. There's a Silent Clearing. Yeah, it was one we pulled. So there's 2. And did I say the Wall Blossoms was with it last time? Can't remember. Silent Clearing as our second land. And there we go. Urza. We hit the Urza, which is rumored to be banned in the next ban list. The Urza is going to be banned in Arkham Astrolabe and Ephemerate and Pauper. That's the rumor mill. Nothing out of standard, but Urza is the card that apparently needs to go. We'll have to wait and see for that ban list, but there is the 3rd mythic, and that is a great pull. No Ren in 6 yet out of the 2 boxes. We have the Astral Drift, so another duplicate from the previous box. Then we have Giver of Runes. That's a new rare. Kind of a letdown, though. People thought this was going to have a lot of play in Modern, and not really. Not really. It's been kind of a letdown. Just that you can't target itself is huge compared to Mother of Runes, and the non-human creature type makes it so it doesn't see play in humans. We have the Pashalik Mons, fun little goblin. This is in a goblin like aristocrats type strategy that I've seen, like a goblin storm, being able to get a lot of value out of them. All right, next up we have the Collected Conjuring. So at least we're getting new rares this time around. But kind of this one is the least expensive rare, I believe, out of this stack. It's kind of hard to make it even be playable. Exile top 6 cards of your library. You may cast up to 2 sorcery cards with current mana cost 3 or less from among them without paying their mana cost. So you need two sorceries that you can get 6 mana out of 4 mana, but you need them to hit in your top 6 with lands and creatures and planeswalkers, artifacts. That just doesn't seem like it's going to work unless you set it up. So I think that's where this card wants me. It's not even, it should be an instant too. Instant to cast sorceries. Like, this is just a fail of a card in my opinion. Possibly it's more powerful if people know some combos with it. Phantom Ninja, keeping on the theme of terrible mythics. There's a Mox Tantalite in here with the Suspend 3/0, added 1 mana of any color. So far this card hasn't seen a lot of play because of the Suspend. Okay, 3 more packs out of this box. We have the Force of Rage. So I think we've hit every force except, yep, we've hit every force. Except for maybe the green force. Not sure if we hit the green force in the previous box. Force of Rage, though, is another one that was just very bulk. Just didn't really work. Foil Angel token. Go through here. There we go. And another Ice Fang Codal. So hopefully Unlucky Magician wants to build Bant, because there's 3 of them now. 1 foil, 2 normals. Then we have the Sunbaked Canyon. So this box had 3 of them. So this box isn't as bad now with the Urza, the Sunbaked. It's trying to recoup here. Last pack, this one needs to see something good. We didn't get a foil mythic or rare, right, in this box? So what a letdown of a box, unless I just skipped over it because it was bad. But it doesn't look so. It looks like all the foils we've got have been pretty meh. So we have the Throat Seeker, nope. And then Ariel Flame. So we'll fan this one out to see exactly what it pulled. I mean, the foils were very, very weak. Oh no, was this one? No, Ice Fang Kotal was in the last one. So yeah, it was just not very good foils at all. So here we have for the as far as the mythics and rares that were worth anything, we have the Sunbaked Canyon, the Ice Fang Kotal. Mythic, we have the Mox Tantalite. Then we have Urza. We have Silent Clearing. And then going down, I guess we can put the Goblin Engineer in this category, the Waterlogged Grove. We have, we did get the Green Force of Vigor. Okay, so we got all the forces. We have the Yawgmoth. We have the Eldmar's Call, the Unsettled Mariner, Ranger Captain Eos. Oh, we did have the foil with the Scrapyard Recombiner. So, and then I guess Plague Engineer we can throw in on like the ones that hold kind of value. So I don't know. This one seems to be a little bit weaker than the last box. I would say, I don't know, possibly with the three lands. Prismatic Vista holds a little bit higher than the rest, but yeah, I don't know. Pretty average boxes so far, both of them. So not too impressed with either of these boxes as far as big value, but they weren't terrible. Neither one of these boxes were terrible. Let's do the last of the box and see if Zach's half case can beat our half case. And spoiler, it's going to be, because knowing Zach, so Zach's the type of person that opens up foil Weeb Liliana's $800 cards out of War of the Spark. Japanese. Now I'm opening more on camera. I guess, what did I get last time that was expensive?
You got all kinds of stuff.
All kinds of stuff. All right, here we go with the next box of the Modern Horizons. We'll go with pack number 1. And should have done this live, Zach. Then people can make fun of us while we're opening stuff. We have the Hall of Helo's Generosity. Again, not the greatest of cards here with the Hall. But it is a very good EDH card. And a Goblin Engineer. Followed by some uncommons. The Tornado as a foil and a Force of Negation. That one's great. Great pull there. Force of Negation is always a welcome card to pull. Foil Rhino. Another Ice Fang Kotal. There's the playset of the Ice Fang Kotals. That's so playing that Bant, huh? Or playing that, I don't know what deck. Mostly it's just like a 2 of. No, Bant, I think Bant goes stuff. It was a 4 of in the deck. So we have the Archmage Charm. And we have another Cloud Shredder Sliver. So getting very similar rares again in this box as we saw in the first box. I think all of them so far. Yeah, all of them so far were open in the first box. Foil Soldier Token, Force of Rage, pretty bad. Bad rare there. Then On Thin Ice. On Thin Ice. We have another Pashalik Mons. Pashalik Mons. Open that one already. So far, no lands in this box. Not a good sign. Oh, speak of the devil, there's the Fire Islet. So that one is always a welcome sight. So the only land we haven't opened out of the half case here is the Black Green, I believe. Open up the rest of them. Genesis. A lot of Urza's Rages. Seems like I've pulled a bunch of that card. Urza's Rage, when I started playing competitive Magic, what was that? Whatever block that was in Apocalypse. I can't remember. That was like an expensive card. Really expensive card back in the day because counterspells were such a huge thing and it couldn't be countered. Just some nostalgia there. Another Collector's Oath. See, this is another thing I like about these Modern Horizons is the talismans. These should age very well. The talisman, especially the talisman of creativity, that one should age very, very well for Commander. And you never know, it should see some modern decks here and there. Mana Rocks for 2 mana tend to see play. We have the Plane Bound Accomplice. A Foil Angel. The String of Disappearance, and we do get a Sarah the Benevolent as our mythic Planeswalker. Wrong Planeswalker. Still a good one, though. I like the card a lot. Sarah's won me over. Didn't like it when it was spoiled, but it's ended up being a pretty good card. It actually does work in like Soul Sisters if you go on the heavier Spirit route, Squadron Hawk Spirit route. Alrighty. Next up, we have the Bizarre Trade Mage. And how many foil elephants has this been? So many foil elephants. The Watcher for Tomorrow. And there we go. Got them all. That is the last one of the lands. And so one of each and then 2 of the Silent Clearings and the whatever the blue-red one, the Fire Islets. So this is 2 lands out of this box halfway through. This could be the good box here. The Mythics have been okay. Still no... Running 6 out of 3 boxes.
Seriously?
Still no. Yeah, I've got an Urza.
A case that had like 1 in each box.
1 each box in a case? Well, not this
not
one.
A case. Well, half a case.
Half a case. Crashing Footfalls. The Unbound Flourishing is the other mythic. Don't know what this price is on this one, to be honest. This one's kind of a forgettable card as far as... I don't know, every time you cast an resource spell, you can copy it for something else. Oh, definitely a cool brew around card. But not off the top of my head. Can't remember the price of that particular card. Okay, we have the Force of Despair. Man, so many talismans. Almost every... Seems like every pack I've opened is a talisman in it. We have the Foil Illusion token and another Giver of Runes, Talisman of Curiosity. This is the talisman box. So many talismans.
They're all right?
Yeah, they're great. No, they're gonna be one of the silver linings for this set long term. There's a lot of good cards that I think are gonna make the set. Definitely, people look back at it as a good set. Another Spirit. This is a rare we haven't opened yet. First one out of 3 boxes. Have seen this scene play in Modern too as the only creature in the deck. That's really where you only want to play it though. Is a way you can put it in your own graveyard with like Holgan's Commands type cards, pitch it, collect brutalities, and then it keeps coming back. So not bad. Shenanigans foil, at least that's a good foil finally. With the Shenanigans foil, this does see play with the Dredge one. And Plague Engineer, very good card. So never really have about a foil common unless it's Shenanigans. That's a good one. Kaya's Guile, we've seen this one. Second one so far out of the half box, or the half case. And a Squirrel, Foil Squirrel. Hex Drinker, this card goes up and down like crazy. So, pretty good 1-drop.
New Vegevine.
Another talisman in here. So many talismans. Hope you like Commander, because you're getting a lot of the playable talismans. Another Collected Conjuring. Another Foil Bear. Gotta play that Bear Commander deck now. Got most of the pieces. And there is another Nurturing Peatland. So, second one out of the box, right? Yeah, that is. This is out of the same box that we got the Nurturing Peatland. Yeah, not that many packs ago got the Nurturing Peatland. So far there's 3. This could be the box. This could be our box. The Endling. Another talisman. It's every pack is a talisman. Insane. I guess there's 5 of them, but still.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that is the average. It just feels like
some boxes.
Feels like we opened some boxes that didn't have any in them. We have the Cordial Vampire foil. That's a good foil. That's a good one. And the Teutonic Reformation. So very good money foil, I'm assuming, with the Cordial Vampire. Very popular commander card too, because that's still the Markov. Edgar Markov is a very, very popular commander. There we go.
Yeah.
This is the box. This was the box. So we had 2 mediocre boxes, and now we have the Ren and 6 box triple land box. So here we have the Ren and 6. The card that is quote-unquote ruining Modern. Everyone's complained about 3-mana Planeswalkers. Well, what about a 2-mana Planeswalker that just has so much value? Can't even be bolted. Immediately +1s and out of bolt range. Can't Fatal Push it either. Alright, so see if we can beat that. I doubt it. Nope, just a Force of Vigor. And then we have the Lightning Skelemental. As well as 4.
In one box?
4. This is the 4th one. Warlock Grove.
Bad.
It's a great box. So 3 in the one, 2 in the other with Prismatic Vista, so kind of like 3. And this one is 4.
Prismatic Vista's like $30 now.
Yes, so it's like better.
Insane.
Yeah, it's better than Foil Talisman of Resistance. Ooh. There we go. The Talisman box. And that one's a good one. And then we have the Spiteful Sliver.
You've been doing this for an hour?
42 minutes. See if you can beat my 42 minutes when you do yours, Zach. We have the Shapeshifter. And we got another Ayula, Queen of the Bears. 2 packs to go. Let's see if we can actually have one more card to top this off. That's definitely not the card to top this off with the Merit Ladge Slumber. Ooh, we're losing focus here. I'm going all over the place. Another Talisman. Insane.
It's called The Secret.
It's called The Secret. I talk about it and it comes.
Yeah.
We have the last one, an Unsettled Mariner. It's not terrible. That's a decent little card. And no talisman in this one. I'm just going to fan through here to see how many talismans we have out of this box, because it seems to be a ton of talismans. So here are the uncommons. We have 1. Wow, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, maybe it's not as many as I thought. Still, it felt like there was a ton of talismans out here. It's what you want to be finding uncommon. So anyway, the money cards out of this particular box are playables. We have the Unsettled Mariner. We have a Foil Talisman of Resistance. We have the Waterlogged Ren and 6 is the Mythic. The Cordial Vampire is the Foil Rare. That's pretty decent for the Foil Rare, to be honest. A Nurturing Peatland. A Hex Drinker. Plague Engineer. We have another Nurturing Peatland. We have Sarah the Benevolent. A Collector Oath.
This is all one box.
Fiery Islet. And then an Icefin Codal, Force of Negation, Goblin Engineer as the money card. So this one had 3 mythics in it, all of them pretty decent, and Foil Rare was great. And we did have the 4 lands out of this box. I think this is the better box so far. We do have 3 boxes to go, which we'll have in part 2 of this video series of unboxing the Modern Horizons. So if you enjoyed this, definitely give a thumbs up and click that bell icon if you like to watch people open product. And we'll have other videos besides product opening here at Gonro Games, just whatever we feel like, kind of showcasing the daily life of a local game store owner. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll have part 2 coming shortly.